Hello everybody. Today we're going to learn as a BA how you prepare for requirement elicitation. I've listed down some of the steps that you need to follow, but these are not strict steps or you need to follow. You have to follow. You can modify these steps according to your project, your requirements, or your organization. Okay, so let's start. So the first step in the requirement elicitation is to understand the project. Well, you need to understand what is the project that you have, what is the scope, overall goal. Okay, understand the business problem the project aims to solve and its strategic importance to the organization. So you need to understand complete project, what are the scopes and how what organization is trying to achieve with this project. So you need to prepare yourself, you need to familiarize yourself with the project, what would be the output the business wants from this project, what they want to achieve out of this project. Next step would be the identifying the stakeholders. So once you have understood the project, you need to understand who are my stakeholders. There could be customers, end users, managers, clients, technical teams, SMEs, reg leads. There could be a lot of people who are affected by this project. So you need to understand who are the stakeholders, who you need to, as a BA, you need to reach out. Third step would be to research and background study about the project or industry. So you need to conduct a background research on the industry, market trends, and competitors. Understand the business context in which the project operates. This knowledge will help you to ask informed questions during elicitation sessions. So if you do all these research around this project, around the project that you're gonna work on, it will help you to understand, or it will help you to form the questions that you need to ask during the elicitation sessions that you're going to conduct. So you need to do a lot of research about it, background studies, need to go and read about, read in the market, read on the internet about the project that you're going to work on, the product that you're going to work on. Prepare elicitation techniques. Well, first you need to familiarize yourself with the various elicitation techniques that you have, okay? And then you need to choose one or multiple techniques that you're gonna use for requirement elicitation. There are like interviews, surveys, workshops, brainstorming sessions. So if you understand all the techniques for elicitation, it will help you to choose the correct one or the correct ones that you're gonna use during your elicitation sessions. Develop interview questions. Once you have chosen the elicitation techniques, you have done all your research around the project. Now it's your time to prepare the questions that you're going to ask. Okay, what questions you will ask during the elicitation sessions. Prepare a set of open-ended specific questions tailored to each stakeholder group. There are different stakeholders involved in the project, so you need to modify or prepare the question according to that. Some stakeholders might have enough time, some stakeholders are very busy, so you need to modify your questions, you need to prepare your question accordingly. Well, these questions would help you to extract detailed information about their needs, challenges, and expectations. Create a workshop agenda. So suppose if you have chosen a technique as a workshop, so what you need to do, you need to plan, create a detailed agenda outlining the topic to be discussed and activities to be conducted. Workshop can be excellent platform for gathering a collective requirement and resolving ambiguities. If you're sending an email, suppose you are going to conduct a workshop, if you're going to send an email, list down all the agendas, all the things that you're going to talk about. It will help stakeholders to prepare before coming to the workshop. They will have all the informations, all the answers handy before they come to the elicitation sessions. Prepare visual aids. So now you can create a lot of flow charts, diagrams, prototypes. Okay, you can go and read about the documents, previous documents about the process, or the previous document of the projects. Okay, you can take some information from there and show it to the user. If you do not understand, you can present that flow chart to the stakeholders so that you can understand each step of the project. What is the purpose of any process being followed in the project, so you can understand those things. Visual representation can help stakeholders better articulate their requirements and facilitates discussion. If you have visual aids, it will be very easy to for stakeholders as well as for you to articulate what you're trying to say, and it would be very time consuming for the stakeholders to give you the answers, to understand your questions and give you the answers or give you the requirements. Practice active listening. Now as a BA, you need to you know give a lot of efforts and time, and you need to listen to the stakeholders. You need to not only you need to listen the words, but what is the tone behind it, what they are trying to say, what is not being said, which is more important. There could be, while doing elicitation sessions, you can understand which stakeholders are interested in the project, which stakeholders are not interested in the project, which are giving the priority to this project, which are who are not giving to the priority. It will help you to form your strategy for future sessions, how you want to deal with stakeholders. It will give you that visual uh, visibility, that how you're gonna uh, deal with certain stakeholders. So active listening is a good part or good soft skill for the BA. You need to actively listen all the stakeholders. Be adaptable. Now, if there are many stakeholders in your project, each stakeholder will have a different perspective, each stakeholder will have a different priorities. Some might be busy, some might be available. Okay, so you need to adaptable according to the stakeholders requirement and stakeholders time. Okay, some might prefer one-on-one discussion, some might prefer interview, some might prefer group discussion to be happened. So you need to be adaptable so that you will have, you the this is not going to be a elicitation session, is not going to be a one time activity. In future you will have to conduct many more such sessions. So if you are adaptable, you will understand each stakeholder and you will prepare your elicitation strategy accordingly in the future. Techniques, what techniques you're going to use, how you're going to deal with certain stakeholders, you will have those approaches in your mind, in your head. So be adaptable according to the stakeholders, according to the surroundings that you are in. 10 step, document everything. So once you have conducted a elicitation, now you need to prepare the detailed document. Each and everything you need to uh, list down. You need to prepare flow charts, you need to prepare data flow diagrams, you need to prepare a lot of flow diagrams, you need to prepare all those things. Um, you need to define the scope, you need to define constraints, what is the functional requirement, what is not functional non-functional requirements. All you need to prepare these documents, um, so that you know have better understanding of the requirements. So once you need to, once all the sessions are completed, you need to prepare those documents. Now the follow-up. Once you have done the elicitation session, you need to, it's a best practice to send an MOM, because what stakeholder is trying to say and what you understood, there should not be a gap. If there is a gap, it would create an issue in the future, or it might create issue, or it might create a problem at the later stage of the project. So if you have the better practice, once the session is done, conducted, you better prepare MOM and send it across to the stakeholders. So if there are any gaps in the understanding, stakeholders can correct it. If you have different understanding and stakeholder has a different understanding, that is going to be a problem. So it's better to send a follow up or send an MOM, summarize the discussion, what decisions you have made, what open points are still there. So you need to list down all these things. Who will follow up on those open points? You need to prepare all these things and send it across to the stakeholders or the person who were there in the meeting, so that the everybody can be on the same page. All the ambiguities, all the confusions can be eliminated. So the follow up is very important. Continuous improvement. Now the elicitation session is not going to be one session, there are going to be multiple sessions. You're going to continuously follow up on the open points. You, as the project proceeds, there would be requirement changes, there could be a lot of sessions, discussions happening. So you need to continuously improve. Once the session is ended, you need to understand what went wrong, what worked, and how you need to adopt according to the stakeholders, according to the situations. It will help you in the future elicitation techniques. So you need to reflect on each elicitation session, evaluate what worked well, what could be improved. Continuous improvement in your elicitation techniques approach is the key. Approaches is key to becoming a more effective business analyst. Which technique has worked for you? Which technique didn't work? So you need to all keep all these things in mind. So these are the 12 points that I've summarized or brought for you to prepare for the elicitation. Okay, if you like this video, please give the thumbs up. Thank you. Bye.